No, okay. Hello. Log your questions. Hi, Mrs. Earp's class. Okay.
Hello, Mrs. Winshell's class.
Hello, Mrs. Heller's class.
Hello,
Hello, Mrs. Bhutan's class. Do I need to put it back in? Hello, Mrs. Bhutan's class.
Yeah, there you go. Hello, Miss Langston's class. I'm trying to see that. It's okay. Hi, Mom. And Miss Rodriguez's class. Hi, Mom.
Okay, we have questions. Y'all ready to answer? Yeah. Mrs. Earp's class wants to know how old the ducks are. Anybody remember?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Just weeks.
1 week old.
Oh.
Mrs. Rodriguez's class is saying hi, Austin, and hi to the ducks. You can say hi back. Just
Hi, Mom.
talk.
I love you.
Yes. Mama loves you too, Austin.
Aww.
Ow.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
That hurt.
Oh,
You did it to yourself.
but he didn't.
That was number 8.
Do the classes have anything else to ask us? Right now, we're feeding them oatmeal, mealworms, and fortified duck food. This weekend, they're going to learn how to swim. We're teaching them how to swim this weekend. Ooh, here's a great question from Mrs. Earp. What will you do with the ducklings as they get bigger? and we are releasing them to a family in about 3 weeks. And that family is going to raise them to have fresh eggs. Okay, Mrs. Rodriguez's class says we've been studying adaptations. What adaptations do you all say a duck has?
Webbed feet.
Okay, webbed feet.
Yellow.
Duck tooth.
Oh, good. A duck tooth to hatch out of the egg. A curved beak. Ms. Winchell's class has joined us, and she asked us, how big were they when they hatched?
I don't know.
The size of an egg. Like a stuffed Easter egg. Ooh, here's a good question. I have one from Miss Winchell's class, and they want to know, how do they learn to swim? Well, I'm going to take a paint tray, a plastic paint tray, and fill it up with water. And they're going to go down and be curious about what that is at the bottom of the paint tray full of water. And I will actually have to put their head under the water to teach them how to go under the water. So I'm forcing them to get their heads wet. And I have a comment about Mrs. Earp is asking, how many ducklings are there? Do we have an answer for her?
8.
Good job. We have 8 ducks.
3 original.
3 from Stafford.
The rest are from
Bring them over here.
3 from Stafford, and the other ones were purchased. That'll be a math question for you. If there's 8 ducks, we hatched 3 from Stafford. Figure out how many I bought from the Tractor Supply store. It says, will you teach them anything else other than swimming? After I teach them to swim, they will learn. Next weekend, they're going to learn to fish in their swimming pool. I will be putting baby minnows in their pond water, and they'll learn to go fetch them. Oh, Miss Winchell's class did her math, and Miss Rodriguez's class did their math. They figured out that we purchased 5 from the Tractor Supply store. Good job.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, great question. Who knows this answer from Miss Winchell's class? She asked, what types of ducks are these?
These are so many.
Mallard ducks. Good job.
They're all dead.
So dead. They're Mahadi. I mean.
Oh my gosh.
You're mad.
Oh, for 6th grade, if you looked at the area, I'm going to ask all my hands step away. And if you look inside this, you are actually looking at things inside the enclosure that are abiotic and biotic. So the abiotic things are things that have never been living. So we just put 5,000. Oh, I see one live one. We have 5,000 dead mealworms that we're using to feed. And we're using y'all's live ones to supplement, make sure that we get those before they turn to beetles. And we have the heater that's yellow, and that's going to be an abiotic thing. The heating rock that the duck is standing on right now is also abiotic. But the oatmeal is considered to be biotic. I can plant it and grow more. The worms were once alive, so that's also considered to be biotic. Question we have here from Miss Earp's class, they said, do all schools in Frisco hatch ducklings? And I would say, not that I'm aware of. I don't know if another school does it. I haven't heard it from the other science teachers that anyone else does it. So Miss Winchell's class wants to know, how do they breathe? Do they have special adaptations that will allow them to breathe underwater? So we're going to put a guy underneath. Okay, put the food onto the rock.
Keep biting me.
So if you look at his head, you can see there's nostrils right on top of the beak. And it will keep it from clogging up because they're on the top. He can be mostly underwater and still have his nostrils above, but they usually swim with just their feet. I can get those feet in there. They swim with just their feet under the water and just a little bit of their belly. And right now they'll just get all wet in the water because they don't have their natural oils. They'll get that in about 2 weeks. And they have little teeny tiny wings right now. And they're still very small. The 5 that we purchased from the Tractor Supply are 4 days older than ours. So ours look very small compared to the other ones. Ooh, Miss Heller's class has joined us and asked, what will the ducks eat when they get older? Ooh, that's a great question. Anybody know the answer to that one?
Fish.
What else besides fish?
Plants.
Yes, plants, worms are going to be looking for grubs. So when the ground gets wet, they're going to be looking for any of those bugs that you have in your ground. They will gladly eat those things. Now, right now, Miss Bouton's asking, what do they eat right now? It's kind of weird to say it, but they eat scrambled eggs. I know it's their cousin. But they'll also eat oatmeal and worms, lots of vegetables and fruits. And they eat a lot. Miss Herb's classes, how much do they eat? A lot every day. So we want to supplement their fortified food with some of the good stuff. We can't wait for them to get crickets, but then we're going to have to chase them around the room as we try to feed them. It's going to be an interesting place over here. Ooh. We have a student who just found a beetle. So one of the mealworms just turned to a beetle. We're going to put it under the camera. You have to be looking too so you can see it. Okay, keep it. And there's your beetle. So one of your guys turned to a beetle. Oh, where the ducks want to eat it. Miss Earp wants to know how much they weigh. Well, let's go get a scale and find out.
I'll go get it.
Get our food scale.
Can I pick a duck up? Can I pick it up? So soft. Aww. Scoop.
Okay, now. We're going to solve the first question. The first question, we're using a food grade scale. We're getting our number. Can you see it? I see 0, but I don't see them seeing it 0. Can I see it yet?
Yeah.
That doesn't work, but turn sideways it works?
Yeah, that works.
Oh, sorry, I was touching it. Okay, let's do our smallest duck.
Number 8.
How about that one right here? This is our smallest one. I don't know how well he'll stand here.
About like 88.
So like 90.
We have to grab that number really quick.
He's like, he's like 100.
Oh, wait.
You saw 140?
You saw 130.
Should I go grab the bowl?
No.
So the question next is. We have to turn that.
What's the lifespan of these ducks?
Several years. So probably about 15, 17 years they'll live. They're going to get their gorgeous feathers by the end of August, which is when they'll learn how to fly. So it's been a while before they do that. They'll be the size of a football. Ooh, no bigger than a football.
Whoa.
Yeah. Russell.
That's for the heat lamp to connect to.
Well, are we still gonna? We can see it. There's more to scale.
Okay.
Can see it. Miss Koenig, are we still gonna hold them and pass them? She said no.
Why are they all going over there?
They're trying to get water from
On their feet. They're scared.
Thank y'all for sharing your mealworms with us. We've enjoyed having food to give them besides the fortified duck food. So thank y'all so much for that. Can everybody clap their hands for
Do dogs have a fighting
sledging. Thank you. Do ducks have a sledging?
Oh, Miss Winchell, I don't know the answer to that. I'd love for you to research and let us know. Teach us something. Thank you, Miss Earp.
She said the couple. She said she loved me.
Sound is being turned off. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Love you, Mom.